powered by Riverside FM.
One of these days, Craig, maybe we'll have somebody who can do that for me and him, and so we just, don't have to worry about it. But
Yeah.
but welcome everybody to Joey and Chandler's The Fun Time Super Terrific Happy Hour Summer Edition. I'm Chandler. Joey can't be here, and welcome. Should I just call you Craig or Dr. Dell?
Craig's fine.
All right, welcome, Craig. How's it going up in how's the temperature, the weather where you live?
Beautiful. Beautiful day
Beautiful.
out. Yeah, in the 70s. I'm in mid Indiana, Midwest, right in the middle of
Not like
Indiana.
it's not humid or whatever, right? It's like
No,
it's
well,
like
it's
a
always
nice
going to be
breezy.
humid. Yeah,
Okay.
it's not a dry state. We've always got a fair amount of humidity.
Okay. I live in Texas, and so we got a ton of humidity out here. Um, and I've had conversations with people that have lived in dry areas, and they talk about like dry heat. I don't know what dry. I've never experienced dry heat, so like I don't. I have no comparison to it.
Well, one time I spent quite a bit of time in Barstow, California, because
Okay.
I had a business and I was training there at a military base, and they had it very dry, and they use swamp. They use coolers where they just evaporate water to make it cool.
Yeah.
We had rainstorms come through and they wouldn't work. And boy, you talk about hot. Uh, but no, we have humidity here, so we have to use air conditioners.
Okay. No. What I would say is like 9 out of 10 people that I've talked to, maybe even more, like 9 point something, all say they prefer a humid heat over a dry heat, right? And like I said, I have no comparison,
Well, I do.
so I don't really know like what dry heat feels like. I just know with humidity, you walk out and you feel sticky, and you're just like, man. But we like here on Joey and Chandler, we like to do funny little holidays real quick. So let me find a little holiday intro, and then we'll get into our rest of the episode.
Here are today's effing holidays.
All right. So, did you know this episode? I know it's not June 13th yet, sir, but we released on June 13th. Did you know June 13th is International Axe Throwing Day? This day allows axe throwers all around the globe to promote their passion. You have any experience with that?
Nope.
No. I neither do I. I don't know if it's the thing kind of. I know down here in San Antonio, the rave has been these rage rooms where I guess you pay to break stuff. And they also have I've heard of like axe throwing places too. Do they do that up there where you pay that? I guess that's a way to get your frustration out.
Not that I know of.
Now you know. It's also National Blame Someone Else Day. We've all had plenty of practice, so it shouldn't be a wildly daunting task.
You can do that
Um,
every day. You can do that every
yeah,
day.
yeah. Today is also National Dance Movement Therapy Advocacy Day. So basically, you just dance your troubles away. And also National Kitchen Klutzes of America Day. I don't know about you, but every now and then I can make a slip up in the kitchen and stuff.
Well,
They make a mess. You got to clean it up.
I do both of them. Number one, I dance.
Right.
Always have, just for the fun of it.
Yeah.
It's exercise, and the other thing is I cook all my own food. I cook
Oh,
all my own
nice.
food.
So real quick, I totally forgot to do it as we were recording. But I thank you for coming on. Joey and Janet, so Joey and I, we use I don't want to call fake names, just made up names, like our stage names in a way. We were fans of the Friends show growing up, and so we kind of just took those names and kind of compressed them. But we're both teachers, so we're like in education, right? And so I was curious, like, when you popped up, like, what do you do? Like, you want to explain what you do or what you did before with math?
I started studying math. I was very blessed during World War II when everybody was working and the men and the women were all working. I had an Uncle Jack who was a barber and a builder. He was like 60 years old. And he
Yeah,
taught me to count when I was 5 years old using Cheerios and dimes and pennies.
yeah. I think
I
I
went
remember
to a
that too.
school, public school that had two grades in it, first and second, and none of the other first graders had been taught to count because it was World War II. There was no
Hmm.
preschool and all that stuff. In fact, we didn't even have indoor restrooms. We had outdoor toilets.
Oh,
This is 1943. Now, I was the youngest kid in my class. My dad started me a year early. I was 5 years old. And so my kids, I couldn't skip and I couldn't sing, and I'm colorblind. And so I was like the dumbest kid in the class. Well, the teacher got up in front to teach us all how to count. And the other kids hadn't been taught, and I had. And I stood to, when they get to me, I start counting. I just keep on counting. I'm up in my 50. Craig, how far can you count? I said, well, I don't know. Get to 100, and then you go 100. So then she enlisted me to help teach my classmates to count. That all made them think I was the smartest kid in the class, which I wasn't. I was just lucky. Well, that went on the rest of my life. I was fortunate to have three wonderful math teachers, and that always led me then to be successful in math. Even though I had a public school teacher when I was in algebra in the ninth grade, I didn't do well with, and was told by my principal I would never go to college. I'm in the ninth grade now, Greencastle, Indiana. And long story short, my senior year, I went to a local college there in Greencastle called DePaul University, and I took college algebra with a good teacher, did well in it, went ahead from there, and I just kept studying math and applying math. And I ended up getting a PhD in math then in 1966. I was a professor for 7 years, but then I quit being a professor. I started applying math to all sorts of businesses, and I've had 20 different adventures with math. You can learn math and apply it to things, and I could sit here for 2 hours and tell you all the different things I applied it to, and it just created adventures for me. And now I teach math. Then I taught math, and I've been teaching math really all my life. And
The-
as a tutor, I never had a failure. So
Mhm.
starting about 10 or 11 years ago, with technologies today, I now teach math online. I have an online program that is self-paced, interactive, all that. All students succeed with it. They love it. And I've been doing that now for several years. And I do it because I love to teach. I don't need the money. I don't do it for money. Triad Math is the name of the company. I'm the CEO of it. And by the way, for all your guests, I have a gift. You go to triadmathinc.com/gift. You can give them that link. And it will help them, whoever they are, as an adult, young adult, because it's not just math now. The other thing I had, and the reason I'm my age and healthy and all that, is what are called wisdom tools that I acquired from a bunch of other people as I grew up. And those wisdom tools helped me improve my life, all at different stages along the way. And today that's all available, and people can have access to that.
I think you kind of answered the first question was popping in my head. So you still kind of tutor, like teach the math online every now and then. Is what you're saying?
Every
Like,
day,
okay.
because
So I didn't know.
it's all automated. I have
Hmm.
tutorial videos that come off of Amazon Web Services. Goes with notes and exercises that you can either print yourself or buy them from very inexpensively from Amazon. And then the student goes through it step by step by step. That's all
Okay.
explained, by the way, for the gift I'm going to give them. They'll learn all about
Yeah.
that when they go to get the free gift. And
Okay.
when they go to that website that you're going to put on, there's a 17-minute
Hmm.
minute video where I explain the gift. And this
Okay.
this will be for parents that have children at home. It'll be for young adults that are wanting to improve their life and they need help to go forward,
Right.
and so on and so forth. It's really a phenomenal thing, and it's all based on literally billions of dollars of technology that are available today that I can use to do that. I couldn't have done it 10
That's
years ago. I couldn't have done it 5 years ago.
so that probably leads into the next question was like, how have you seen math evolve over your time? Like, just
Well, math has evolved, of course, over centuries and literally millennia. But
yeah.
what's happened to them in the United States, our math education went awry way back in the early 1900s. And that's because mathematicians wanted to teach students math that only mathematicians care about. Math is a huge subject, like music.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Now,
I
what
got
if
you.
I told you to learn music, the first thing you had to learn was Gregorian chants? And until you mastered Gregorian chants, you couldn't learn any more. Well, you probably wouldn't learn music.
Because I remember when I graduated in '98, so I grew up. I was going to school like starting around '85. Um, I was good at math, but when I was in school, math was a lot of like memorization. Like I just kind of like learned my facts, right? Multiplication.
Yeah.
Now they have us teaching the process. Like so. For instance, I grew up and memorized 5 times 6 30. Boom. What I have to teach the kids is what is 5 times 6? That's 5 groups of 6, or me adding 6 repeatedly 5 different times. And I try and tell parents, I was like, see, when I grew up, I just had to memorize it. We're telling these kids, we want them to understand what it stands for, and then so that they can. So you know what 5 times 6 is. Now you can figure out what 50 times 16 is or something. And so yeah, I that's what I've seen. Just how they've in my short time, how they've changed what we want kids to get out of it.
Well,
You know.
here's the situation. I'm not disagreeing with what you said. There's two things in math. One is the concepts you have to learn. And you just talked about learning the concept multiplication, and you're right. You need to learn
Yeah.
the concept. 5 times 6 is 6 added to itself 5 times, or 5 added to itself 6 times. You explain that. Okay, that's a
Yeah.
concept. Now you got to learn the algorithms to apply the concepts. You
Hmm.
got to learn how to multiply 12.7 times 13.9. Okay,
Yeah.
now there's algorithms to do that manual, but 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 they're time consuming to learn and they're error prone. Today, the first thing I teach students, post elementary students, after they've learned the concept, is how to use a tool to do that. And I use a scientific calculator. The scientific calculator does all the arithmetic calculations you'll ever need to know. Nobody does them manually. If I told you, to multiply two big numbers together, you'd grab a calculator, I'm pretty sure. I don't think you'd take a pencil and paper and apply a manual
No, I'd
algorithm.
grab my actually, and we grab our calculators on our cell phones
Well,
nowadays. So
exactly. They're
yeah.
everywhere. Now, let me ask you this. Practical math consists of certain things from algebra you need to know, certain things from geometry, and certain things from trigonometry for angles. How long do you think it takes a student now with my program to learn those three subjects: practical algebra, practical geometry, and practical trigonometry? Those three subjects. How long do you think it takes a student to learn it?
Couple of weeks, if a couple of days. Oh,
About 3 months. But just imagine, there is
okay.
no school that teaches that. How many
Oh yeah,
how many students do you know that know
that's
trigonometry?
different. That's different grade levels. Like like it's literally the same. Like yeah, I know what you mean. I when I took trig, I'd have someone kind of help me out. Needed you when I was in school because, like
Now
I
let
said,
me tell you
I
what they do in
trig
school.
wasn't easy for me.
They take those subjects that I just talked about: 10 algebra,
Hmm.
19 geometry, and 7 trig. You cannot get those in any textbook today. There is no math textbook that does those. Without doing this, they put in all kinds of other stuff that you'll never need to know. It's difficult. A lot of obsolete manual tools, a lot of theory you'll never use, and they mix it all in. So they got an Algebra 1 book that's 300 pages long. They take a whole year.
Hmm.
What It depends on who the teacher is, what they teach out of it, because most of the teachers don't know a lot of it. They teach what they
And you said
can,
there's
and
10 theories, right?
they're putting stuff in it you'll never use. And
Yeah.
so that's the point. Now, once they learn the practical math, I call it workforce math. They're ready for the military. They're ready to go into any kind of a technical subject and learn it. They're not ready to take the SAT because they're going to have to learn a lot more math that they'll never use for anything probably, but they got to learn it.
Just for the
Like for
test.
example,
Yeah.
you said you're good at algebra, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Well, that was
Do you
years ago.
remember?
I don't
All
really
right,
haven't done
listen
it in a
to me.
while.
Do you remember the quadratic equation?
Is that the a squared plus b squared equals c squared
Yeah. Do
one?
you remember the solution? Do you remember?
I remember is a squared plus b squared equals c squared, right? And then I
That's
know
the
like it was a
polynomial. That's the quadratic
okay.
polynomial. Now, what is the solution?
Uh,
If you set it
well,
equal to 0,
is it?
what's the solution?
Oh, oh, you have to remind me of that because it's been a while since I
Well,
did
let me ask you
algebra.
this.
You
All
know.
right, the solution is that they make people learn minus b
Hmm.
plus or minus square root b squared minus 4ac all divided by 2a. Now, my question to you,
That's what I was thinking. I just couldn't
yeah,
remember
oh no,
that.
of course
Okay.
not. Because here's my question: have you ever used it for anything?
Other than that test, no.
Exactly. That's the point. So I don't teach that in practical algebra. I'm not going to teach you something
Right.
you're never going to use. Now, in getting ready for the SAT exam, I teach it because they're going to ask you.
Yeah.
Now, if you're not going to go in to science and engineering, you'll never use it. If you are going to go into science and engineering, that you now need to learn all those subjects at a much deeper level. High schools usually don't teach it very well because they use manual tools. Guess what
Yeah.
I do? What makes all those subjects now at a much deeper level easy to learn? They go from a difficulty level of 6 or 8 down to 2. It's a modern AI tool.
Oh, okay. Is it
Transforms
kind of
how
just
you learn math and use math for science and engineering. It may be a tool you've heard of, probably not, because you're not into science and engineering. It's not in any math textbook that I've ever
that,
seen. I'm the only
right?
one that teaches it. The name of the tool,
What's the
the name
tool?
of the tool is Wolfram Alpha.
Nah, nah, no, I've never heard that because also I'm lower level or lower level education. I do
Let me
elementary.
ask you this
So,
question. Do you have an iPhone?
oh yeah,
Oh yeah. Do you use Siri?
sometimes not that
But you
much.
use it. You know what it is.
I know
It's an
what it is. Yeah.
application of Wolfram Alpha. So I teach the concepts, then I teach you how to use Wolfram Alpha to solve the problems.
Hey, side question: Did you ever watch Goodwill Hunting?
Oh yeah.
What kind of what kind of math is that? Because that's way obviously beyond anything
That
I've
is
ever
theoretical
learned.
math.
Because my last question was going to be: Is there anything you think public education can do to kind of help make it, I don't know, easier, more beneficial for students
It's going to
with
take a
math?
total revolution in public
Okay.
education because all textbooks, all mathematics textbooks today are obsolete, shouldn't be
Hmm.
used. And that's $1 billion industry. They don't want to quit. The high school math teachers have been taught to use those books somewhat, and they've not been
Yeah.
taught right. What a school can do, and I have private schools that are doing this, use a program like mine, and I'm the only one that has one today like it. And then their teachers can become coaches, and then they can take the math they're learning and apply it to all sorts of other things. I teach the
Okay.
math, but I don't teach the applications of it. So then they can start doing
Hmm.
all sorts of other things. Math it's like music is an infinite subject. There's no limit to it. So they could do that, but they would have to give up all their current textbooks. The teachers would actually be learning math from me that they don't know. Most high school teachers don't know
Hmm.
the math I'm teaching because they haven't been taught. It's not their fault. They're not stupid. They're just as smart as I am. I'm
Hmm.
not a genius. I was lucky.
You're just not exposed to it. Okay.
What did they used to do before calculators came out? Calculators came out in 1972.
Well, they had the abacus
No,
for a
nobody's
while
ever used the
with the.
abacus in the United States. Yeah, they use it in foreign countries. No, what did they use
Yeah.
in the United States in math before the scientific calculator came out? And the answer is they used trig tables and logarithm tables. Did you ever hear what they
Oh,
call a
okay.
slide rule? That was the tool
Yeah.
you had to
Yeah.
learn to be an engineer, and that had log tables on it. Uh,
That's why. That's
and the
why I know
reason
the
you use
slide
log
rule.
tables, it makes it easier to multiply big numbers, but it's still difficult to do. Well, in 1972, the first scientific calculator was introduced to the world in the United States. It was called the HP 35, Hewlett Packard 35 keys. Do you know how much it cost in today's dollars? This calculator came out in 1972. In today's dollars, 2,500. So the professor, no one bought it. It was expensive. Some of the students had money because their parents were rich. They got one. So I had one of the students show it to me. I didn't know what it was. And when I saw what it was, I go, oh my
Hmm.
God, this is the future. This makes all that other stuff obsolete. So
Yeah.
I go to my math professors in a meeting. I say, what are you guys going to do now that slide rules are obsolete? Trig tables are obsolete. Logarithm tables are obsolete. What are you talking about, Hayne? I said, there's a new calculator. Oh, yeah, but it's expensive. It doesn't matter. No industry is going to let you do it the old way when you can do it with a calculator in 1/10 the time and less error.
How long did it take for the calculator to like the
Excellent
price to
question.
come down?
Hewlett Packard thought that they would only sell them to engineers. They made high priced equipment, oscilloscopes and all that kind of thing. They thought they'd sell 10,000 of them. The first year they sold 100,000 of them. Oh my God. They hadn't anticipated. Why? Anybody had money was buying them. The rich students were buying them. So 1 year later or 2 years later, they lowered the price to $195, from $395 to $195. Now that calculator was hard to use, by the way. It used what's called reverse Polish notation. It was a hard calculator to use. Texas Instruments, which was making they said, they came out with a better calculator for under $100, and they took over the market. Hewlett Packard's gone, Texas Instruments. Then their calculators got better and better and better, and cheaper and cheaper and cheaper. And today, this is the Texas Instruments
Mhm.
30XA. This calculator, by the way, if you'd have had one during the Manhattan Project when they were doing in the early 1940s, the atomic bomb thing,
Yeah.
if you'd have had one of these
Mhm.
calculators and knew how to use it, it would have been worth $1 million, literally.
Hey, anything you want to add? I'm getting ready to stop the recording. I'll keep talking, but like I just didn't know if there's anything you wanted to add to the to what
Well,
we've been saying.
I don't know.
Anything
You
you
know, there's
feel like we
all
missed?
kinds of things we can talk about. Uh, but um, the um, the facts are, and I'm summarizing. If you go get to the gift thing and go to my Triad Math Army and join it,
Mhm.
you'll be able to take a student in probably about 3 months. Oh, it costs $30
Mhm.
a month to join the Army. The first month is free if you don't want to stay in. So you get a month for free if you don't like it.
Right.
If you like it, it's $30 a month. It'll probably take a student about 3 months to go through the practical math. They're now ready for the military, for a tech school. They know more math than 95% of all high school grads. They're ready now to pursue a career. But also in the Triad Math, I have all these wisdom tools I explain. And I explain that in the 17
Mhm.
minute gift video called Wisdom Tools. The reason that I have had such a wonderful life is I've been blessed with lots and lots of wonderful mentors that have helped me with my life.
We say gun bay, cheers mate, and cheers mate again, or simply cheers. Sometimes it's short towels and tea, other times it's cheers, are you effing hoser? You effing hoser. We also say soul day, salute, salute to gay, skull, let's all say. Nastarovi in the Russian way, in Vietnam we shout out yo, Waluki Wawa, make South Africa glow. In Portugal, it's a solid soda, and Bud Mo, Ukraine's here to stay. For Jamaica, it's a loud yaman. No matter the place, we drink till dawn. That's how Joey and Chandler cheers around the world.
Oh, and now moving on to Morgan. And then we'll come back and talk about the song.
Hi there, I'm here to help Choi and Chandler to read an advertisement for BuyBlackett.com. Please shop BuyBlackett.com. Are you looking for unique gifts at unbeatable prices? Then look no further. BuyBlackett.com has quality merchandise for everyone on your list, from gifts for cat and dog lovers, to American fans, beer enthusiasts, and even Jesus lovers. As for teachers, we didn't forget about you. Please don't miss our funny attire to brighten up your classroom. So bring a smile to your loved ones' faces and shop BuyBlackett.com today. Tell them Choi and Chandler sent you.
Hi there, Ryan Reynolds here on behalf of my friends Choi and Chandler. You may know me from movies where I either save the world or ruin Thanksgiving. But today, folks, I'm not here to sell you cologne, crypto, or questionable NFTs. I'm actually here to tell you about Fish.audio. This isn't really me talking right now. This is my voice, made by Fish.audio, which frankly is terrifying. It sounds exactly like me, and trust me, I've heard my voice in 87 trailers. This is better. Whether you're a podcaster with a potato microphone, a game developer building an army of space dolphins, or just lonely and want a perfect Morgan Freeman to read your grocery list out loud to you, Fish.audio has you covered. Fish.audio is easily one of the best voice generation platforms I have ever used, which is saying something, because I've done voiceover for a toothpaste brand in 4 languages I don't even speak. And speaking of that, Fish.audio is cross-lingual, which means it supports 13 different languages. Their amazing program also allows you to clone voices. Fish.audio make your voice legendary, or at least make my voice say weird things. I legally can't stop you either way.
All right, Joey, first off, it's a shame you missed our last guest, Dr. Craig Hain, a very brilliant math guy, right? But you know what Joey and Chandler are. Second half of the show, we like to be a little silly, a little funny, right? So
Yeah.
in honor, I don't even know if you're looking at the slideshow. You don't have to, because you can look at my screen. But in honor of the interview with him, because the great math genius he is, I have some math word problems here for adults, and I just want to read them and get your take on it. See if you put your Joey spin on it. Is that cool? I'm gonna
Yeah.
guess. You
Yeah. And
said
I'm
yes.
gonna have to look at yours.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Yeah. Am I not coming through? Can you hear me?
Every now and then, like I don't know if you're pausing
Yeah.
or
Am I
what.
coming
Yeah, I
through or
hear
no?
you now. Can you hear me? Yeah. Yeah. But I mean, I don't know, like I say something, you pause, I'm like, what?
It's
Or
freezing.
maybe you're just thinking. All right, everybody, come on down to Joking with Jans. That's right, here's a game show you can play at home and try and test your knowledge and see how many more you get correct than incorrect. So stick around and have fun and laugh listening to Joking with Jans. All right, so anyway, like here's the first math word problem. You have 18 unmatched socks in your laundry basket. If you randomly pull out 2 socks at a time, how many pairs will you make before giving up, crying, and just buying new ones? You got an answer?
I feel like that's none. Is it 18 unsocks? I'm like, wait a minute. Like a trick.
These are trick questions. They're not like you're like 5. It's
I'm
like
all, well,
that's the whole point.
18. The probability of that, and you're like, no, wrong.
You're like, yeah. By the way, I saw that video. The one you'd sent me, I'd seen some of the teacher had seen that before, and I was like, oh yeah, right. Through? No, it's tough, or whatever.
I love how he does it because he's doing it just to himself back and forth. But he's
Yeah.
so what's this one? And the guy gets he does the face like, I think I got it, and then he's like, no, and he makes the face like, oh, sorry, like stupid.
All right, pizza and it's like you have a large pizza has 8 slices. If Dan eats 3 slices and says he's just getting started, then eats 4 more and says might as well finish it, how long will it take for him to regret everything? If regret increases exponentially per slice after slice 5, calculate Dan's regret index after slice 7. You're like, what?
I'm like, as long as it takes for him to take the what is it? Not Imodium, but what is the heartburn medicine?
Oh, yeah, the Imodium.
Oh
yeah,
that's where that's as long as it'll take for that stuff to kick in when he starts burping up the pepperonis.
You're like, yeah. How old is Dan? Is Dan, is he in his 40s? Is he, is he retired? Is like, because that's it's a crucial part, right?
Sounds like Dan's in his mid to 40s and he's lonely because he has no children. Maybe he's divorced or he's single, and he probably is pre-diabetic if he's eating a whole pizza.
He's eating his happiness, right? That's right.
He's unhappy because he eats, and he eats because he's unhappy.
All right, next question. You have 2 kids. One eats only beige food. The other refuses to eat food if the beige food touches anything that's green. If dinner takes 30 minutes to prepare and 42 minutes to argue about it, how long until you're eating cold nuggets over the sink alone? When ChatGPT made this word problem, I kind of thought of you crying as you're like standing over your sink, shaking your head.
I don't want to eat this. I don't want to eat this. He's looking at me. You're like, shut up.
Did you have to deal with that when they were younger?
Yeah.
Did anything like that happen?
Every once in a while, it still happens. It's more of he took the battery pack out of my Xbox controller. And I'm like, just go get new batteries. But I told him to stop taking the battery pack. And I'm like, I don't care. I don't care. Go get 2 more batteries. It's not the problem. Like, I don't care.
Question 4. Jessica buys a $5 coffee every morning on her way to work. She claims if she skips it every day for a year, she'll save enough to buy a boat. How many boats will she have if she skips coffee for 3 years, but still spends $80 per month on oat milk and therapy? Bonus question. If the boat is actually a metaphor for emotional stability, how many boats does she already have?
What He's eating 0. She got no emotional stability. I'm like, what kind of person goes and buys a $5 coffee all the time and thinks they're going to be able to get a boat? Like, what's she gonna buy? And what's she gonna do? Like, if she's going to work every time getting a Starbucks, she's not gonna go. She's gonna go like a little baby pontoon boat or like a little rowboat.
Here, let's do the math. So she would make she would save $1,825 per year by skipping coffee every day. You're telling me that can't buy a boat? That's not good.
She's not going to work. She's not going to work 365 days. If she is, she should be spending $5 a month or a day on coffee. Because if she has to work out every single day to cover bills, she don't really be spending $5 on coffee anyway. She could buy like a small boat, but I mean, where's she gonna take it?
That's true. All right, so this is like a summer question for teachers. You plan to watch just one 45-minute episode of a Netflix show, right? It's starting at 8 p.m. After each episode, Netflix just auto-plays the next one in 5 seconds, right? You have 0 willpower. So what time is it when you finally ask, is that the sun out there? And realize you've watched 9 episodes and a documentary about moths. Does that ever happen to you? You ever just fall into the binge cycle?
I do, and you know, it sucks when I'm like watching a show and I'm into it. I'm like, oh, I gotta go do like real life stuff. I just want to watch one more episode, just one more. And I gotta find myself like putting it on like the iPad and like carrying the iPad around while I'm doing stuff. And so I'm not even really fully into the show. I just like I have the show in the back like playing.
Dude, I don't know if that's you or it's just me hearing you, but like you sounded like a Autobot Chewie there. You know what I mean? It's like that's when like the AI curtains pull back. You were in it, like some of your stuff sounded like, you know how you have that garbled technical sound where you're like, oh, Chewie's an android. What were you saying though? Like you said, sometimes you don't have to repeat it exactly, but you remember kind of what you were talking about?
Yeah, no, like it's not like Netflix is like the fact that like first off, shout out to Netflix, the fact that they're not caved in and where like they have the ads version. Yeah, or if they do, I'm not paying for that one. But
dude, that attempt was worse than the first attempt.
What is it? Am I not coming through?
I don't know, like so kind of, but like it's very choppy on that one, very in and out, you know, or you know, like you had that technical sound going on, which is weird because when I talk to you, you sound perfect, and then when you start telling your story, I'm like, what?
the robots
make me edit, Chewie.
The robots don't want me to tell that my story is what it is.
That's right. They say next question. All right, we'll go into the next one anyway. And watch it work now, right? A group text has 7 members. At least 2 of them have androids, which ruins their reactions. One person always sends GIFs that don't load, and every question is answered 6 different ways. How many minutes before you put your phone on silent and fake your own death?
Okay, maybe not fake my own death, but silent, yeah. I'll just walk away, not do that, and then I kind of just come back every once in a while.
I love so it took me, I may not realize it till like last year, like the difference between like iPhones and not, like when you see a like response. But like if I send you a text, because I got an iPhone, if you got an iPhone, I'll just get a notification like you loved it or whatever, right? And then if I look at it, I see, or whatever, thumbs up, whatever, right? But the people that don't have iPhones, it'll say like Chewie says LOL, and I'm like, what? I was like, you can't just type the emoticon. You have to spell it out. And then I realized that's not him. That's the phone telling me that. And I was just like, to me, it just sounds silly.
I didn't realize. I learned something.
2 more questions here. Oh, you didn't know that happened? Yeah, I would be like, what? And then I was like, like I said about last year, I realized, oh, they have a different kind of phone. They have an Android or whatever it is, and that's why that's it. It's his or her phone. In your case, is him telling me that he likes it, because then they have to spell it out. And I'm just like, what? So yeah, it's silly, man, or it's kind of funny that way. But all right, 2 more questions. Your boss schedules, and I thought of you on this one too. Kind of reminded me when you talk about all your meetings. Your boss schedules a 30-minute Zoom call. It starts 7 minutes late, lasts 82 minutes, includes 3 slides about synergy, and ends with one last thing that takes 23 minutes. how many brain cells survive, and how long is your cry in the break room? Any response to that, Joey?
I would say brain cells, not a lot. And then not crying, but definitely one of those like I tell people that when you have these thought of it's like mother F and beep and and like you're like I wanted to say all this, but it comes out as hey, that was a great meeting, loved it. And then you go into your
Yeah.
then you go into your the office and you're like Mr. Garvey off like Key and Peele, where you're like son of a bitch, and you're just throwing stuff because you're like because you're all pissed
Speaking of,
off.
I just rewatched that skit. I rewatched that skit again, I think earlier this week, because I was I forget how it popped up. Oh, one of my basketball friends said something that it reminded, because I had called Aaron Rodgers Aaron, and so that led him to us just joking about it. So I rewatched it, and then I sent it to a teacher friend of mine, like a part 2 when he was when they were trying to get out. You saw when they were trying to go get their club photos. Did you see that one? Because so I sent that to her because she had something happen to her. She had a kid. She was subbing, and this kid said they had to get on the bus early or whatever, right? And there were no notes whatsoever left by the sub that so and so gets to go to the bus 5 minutes before everybody else or whatever, right? And apparently she got. I joked with her because she got called into the principal's office because that parent complained, and she's like, "What am I supposed to do?" They're like, "That's a safety issue." And I was like, "Yeah, I agree with you," but I still joke with her about it. You know, and she just laughed and rolled her eyes. It's crazy, you know, how stuff happens. And then last question: you buy a gym membership for $45 per month. You go twice in January, once in April because of guilt, and then stop entirely. Your average cost per gym visit by December is blank. And then bonus question: what percentage of you believes wearing athletic shorts to Target still counts as being active?
Okay. So I could actually probably figure that one out as far as like the cost. What is that? 45 times 3 is 90. So it's 135 a visit. Plus another 45. So that's what, 180 a visit? So it's 180 a visit. And then if you just assume that we're carrying the constant of the 3 visits. And no, I can't stand people that wear gym clothes out everywhere. They bother me because I'm like, what are you dressed like that for? You don't even look like you're not going nowhere like that. Kiss my nether regions.
So you're yelling at me right now. Sometimes I wear gym clothes not to Target. Man, you got dressed up for Target, but in Walmart you can wear whatever you want, man. You can wear whatever you want when you go to Walmart. You know
that is
you
true.
know that rule. Did I used to when I lived in Illinois? There were actually times like I went to Walmart where sometimes I do it if I'm going to the gym right now, but like in Illinois there were times that, dude, I was sweating, like, you know, I already done like an hour workout or whatever, and I was like just drenched in sweat. I stank, but I'm still like, yeah, I'm going to Walmart. Who cares? It's Walmart, you know.
It's Walmart. Nobody cares.
And last thing,
they don't know.
Yeah, we just ruined that Walmart sponsor, by the way. Joey and Chandler.
I'm just kidding. Come back.
Yeah. Okay. Last thing. Instead of even a question, I found this on Facebook today. Did you know Can't Hardly Wait premiered on this day in 1998? Remember that movie?
Oh wow. I do remember that. I was obsessed with that movie.
They put the. Oh, we both were. I like how they put the tagline in. These memories are frozen in time, people. But apparently, if I. Well, actually, there was someone that replied to it. I don't think they were from Bernie. Who knows? But they said this movie came out 6 days after they graduated, and I was just like, I wonder if that was the same for me and Joseph. You know, it may have come out about 6 days after we graduated, about a week after. But yeah, that was
I thought we graduated.
That was our high school movie. You know.
I thought we graduated.
We like late May of '98.
That's what I thought. I mean, if it came out in '98, that's when we graduated.
I said, I don't know. We graduated in May, not in June.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying, like, if the movie came out in '98, then it came out the year we graduated.
No, it came out the year we graduated. What I'm saying is, some people were saying like it came out like a week after we graduated, or they after they graduated, and I started wondering. I was like, oh, was that us? Could that have been a week after us? But anyway, yeah, that's all I got. Anything you want to add, or I'm gonna pull this plug on this little short Joey and Chandler segment.
Don't
We
start
call
the
that
fiddle
joking
in.
with Jans, by the way.
Joking with
I'll put the
Jans.
music in front. Joking with Jans.